Hi all, in this class we are going to know about what is machine learning, its definition and its applications. Did you hear about the computer with name Deep Blue? It was designed by IBM in 1990s. It is a chess playing supercomputer. It played its first match with Garry Kasparov and lost that match. After more training, Mission won the match with score 3.5 to 2.5. How is it possible? How did a Mission play chess with a grandmaster? Here, the concept of mission learning comes. The mission is trained to play chess. How to train mission? To train the mission, we require training data. By using appropriate algorithm, user can train the mission from the available data. Use statistical analysis to predict outputs. Output can be updated as new data comes. System performance can also be improved by training with more data and experience. So, machine learning is defined as it is an application of artificial intelligence that provides systems the ability to automatically learn and improves from experience without being explicitly programmed. Machine learning focuses on the development of computer programs that can access data and use it learn for themselves. To train the system, mainly three techniques are used. First one is supervised learning. The name supervised learning originates from the idea that training this type of algorithm is like having a teacher supervise the whole process. When training a supervised learning algorithm, the training data will consist of inputs paired with the correct outputs. The objective of a supervised learning model is to predict the correct label for newly presented input data. In this supervised learning model, we have two techniques. First one is regression, second one is classification. In the case of regression, output is a continuous variable. Example for this regression is depending on employee performance, salary hike will be provided. Here, salary hike is a output variable which is continuous value. The second one is a classification. In the case of classification, depending on employee performance, promotion will be provided. Depending on the performance of employee, promotion is either promotion will be given to the employee or not given to the employee. So in the case of classification, output is a binary variable. Second learning technique is unsupervised learning. It is a training of a mission using information that is neither classified nor labeled and allowing the algorithm to act on that information without guidance. Here, the task of mission is to group unsorted information according to similarities, patterns, and differences without any prior training of data. Unlike supervised learning, no teacher is provided, that means no training will be given to the mission. Therefore, mission is restricted to find the hidden structure in the unlabeled data by itself. Under supervised learning, mainly two techniques are used. First one is clustering. In the case of clustering, mission has to divides the data into different clusters. And second one is association. In the case of association, mission has to find relation between two simultaneous activities. For example, if a person buys a new home, automatically tends to purchase new furniture. Third training model is reinforcement learning. It is the training of machine learning models to make a sequence of decisions. The agent learns to achieve a goal in an uncertain, potentially complex environment. In reinforcement learning, an artificial intelligence faces a game like situation. The computer employs trial and error to come up with a solution to the problem. In reinforcement learning also we have two techniques. One is Markov decision process. Second one is Q learning. The above three learning techniques can perform their operations effectively on well-posed learning problems. What do you mean by well-posed learning problem? A computer program is set to learn from experience E with respect to sum of tasks T and performance measure P if its performance at a task in T as measured by P improves with experience E. For example, you all know Rajinikanth Robo movie. First, hero creates a robo which can do all activities. It is trained to do all the things. With more experience, it improves its performance. Later, hero gives training to exhibit human emotions also. Its performance is measured by the task it is performed. In general, to have a well posed learning problem, we must identify these three features. First one is the class of tasks it is going to perform. Second one is the measure of performance to be improved. Third one is the source of experience. Here I will give examples for well-posed learning problems. First one is a checkers learning problem. Here, what is the task? Task is playing checkers. What is the performance measure? Percentage of games won against opponents. What is the training experience? Playing practice games against itself. Second example for well-posed learning problem is recognizing handwritten words. Here, what is the task? Recognizing and classifying handwritten words within images. What is the performance measure? Percent of words correctly classified. What is the training experience? A database of handwritten words with given classifications. The third example for well-posed learning problem is robot-driven car. What is the task for this problem? Driving a car on public four-lane highways using vision sensors. What is the performance measure? Average distance traveled by the car before an error. What is the experience? A sequence of images and setting commands recorded. These are the applications of machine learning. First one is in financial services. Companies in financial sector are able to identify key insights in financial data as well as prevent any occurrences of financial fraud with the help of machine learning technology. Second area is marketing and sales. Companies are using machine learning technology to analyze the purchase history of their customers and make personalized product recommendations for their next purchase. Third sector is healthcare. With the advent of wearable sensors and devices that use data to access health of a patient in real time, machine learning is becoming fast growing trend in healthcare. Next one is transportation sector. Based on the travel history and pattern of traveling across various routes, machine learning can help transportation companies predict potential problems that could arise on certain routes and accordingly advise their customers to opt for a different route. Other one is oil and gas sector. This perhaps the industry that needs the application of machine learning the most. Right from analyzing underground minerals and finding new energy sources to streaming oil distribution, machine learning applications for this industry are vast and are still expanding. After taking well-posed learning problem, we have to concentrate on how to design a learning system. First, we have to choose the better training experience. The type of training experience available can have a significant impact on the success or failure of the learning system. Choosing the training experience mainly depends on three attributes. First attribute is whether the training experience provides direct or indirect feedback regarding the choices made by the performance system. In the direct feedback, for every position, there is a fixed feedback that is to be followed. In the indirect feedback, from the available feedbacks, user has to select the correct one. That selection leads to successful or unsuccessful. Even though current one is a good selection, depending on the next selection, result changes. Direct feedback is easier than indirect feedback. Second attribute is the degree to which learner controls the sequence of training examples. If the user selects the correct one by taking teacher advice or selects some move, ask teacher help for the correct one, or user improves his performance by playing with himself without taking teacher's help. In all these three cases, in the last case, user has more control on the sequence of training example. The last attribute is how well it represents the distribution of examples over which the final system performance P must be measured. The final system performance is judged by considering all possible ways. For example, in a robot driven car, we have to measure the performance on empty roads or on average traffic roads or on heavy traffic roads. The next design choice is to determine exactly what type of knowledge will be learned and how this will be used by the performance program. This leads to choosing of correct target function. For example, in the board game, target function is selecting best move from all existing moves. We can represent that one as a choose move is a B implies M, where B is a set of legal board moves, M is a best move. Alternatively, we can show this, we can represent this one B implies R, where R is a real value which is mapped to different board moves. How to take this real value R? Depending on the board state position, we can choose this real value. If B is a final board state, you are going to win that match, then we can choose some positive value. If B is a final state, you are going to lose that match, you can take that real value as a negative value. That value must be same as what is the value you are considering for the winning of that particular match. If B is a final board state, you are going to draw that particular match, you can take that value as 0. If B is not a final state, then we have to consider V of B equal to V of B complement, where B complement is the best final board state that can be achieved starting from B and playing optimally until the end of the game. Learning algorithms to acquire only some approximation to the target function. So, target function is often called function approximation, that is VCAP. Previously, we have specified the ideal target function V as B implies R, but we must choose a representation for VCAP, that is a function approximation. So how to choose that one? That one is taken by considering all the board positions. Okay. For example, here we are considering six values. So what are those six values are? X1 is number of black pieces on the board, x2 is number of red pieces on the board, x3 is number of black major on the board. Generally measure, how to take those measure is for example, in the case of chess game, measure is queen, horses, elephants, like that. X4 is number of red measure on the board. X5 is number of black pieces threatened by the red. X6 is the number of red pieces threatened by the black. By considering these six values, we can take our function approximation as V cap of B equal to W0 plus W1x1 plus W2x2 plus W3x3 plus W4x4 plus W5x5 plus W6x6, where W0 to W6 are numerical coefficients also called as weights. Previously, we have taken definition for checkers learning problem as a well-posed learning problem by considering three factors. Those three factors are the task, performance measure, and experience. By adding function and function approximation, we can take partial design for checkers learning problem. Here target function is board implies R, where R is a real value. Next, function representation, that is function approximation we have to take, that is V cap of B. Last step in designing a learning system is choosing a function approximation algorithm. Here, each training example is represented in an ordered pair of the form B, V train of B. First, derive such training examples from indirect training experience available to the learner and adjust the weights Wi to best fit these training examples. Here, first one is estimating training values. In estimating training values, we have to take V train of B from V cap of successor of B, where V cap is the learner's current approximation to V and successor of B denotes the next board state following B, for which it is again the programmer's turn to move. It comes after programmer's move and opponent's move. Next one is adjusting of weights. In the case of adjusting of weights, we have to follow LMS, that is least mean square error weight update rule. In the case of weight updates, to implement LMS, we have to consider difference between V train of B and V cap of B. If V train of B minus V cap of B value is 0, then there is no need to change weights. If V train of B minus V cap of B value is greater than 0, then we have to increase weight values. Otherwise, we have to decrease weight values. By considering the above steps, we can design a learning system. In the final design of a learning system, we have mainly 4 modules. In those 4 modules, first one is experiment generator. So what is the job of this module is it gives the new steps to the next module. So for each step, what is to be performed, that one is to be provided by the experiment generator to the next module, which is a performance system. The performance system, by considering old data, that is what are the previous history, it takes that one and it gives the solution traced to the next module, which is nothing but critic module. So this particular module creates the training example by making the pairs b comma v train of b, and that input is sent to the generalizer. From the generalizer we will get the final hypothesis. So that one is given to the experiment generator to generate the next step to be performed by the system. So these four modules comes under final design of a learning system. The steps which we discussed is represented in the form of this particular flowchart. So first one is determine type of training experience. After that we have to go for the determining target function. After that we have to take the representation of learned function. Next one is determine the learning algorithm. Finally we will get the completed design. These are the issues in machine learning. First one is which algorithms perform best for which types of problems and representations. We have to choose a correct algorithm for the given problem. For example, if for one problem we have to identify whether it is correct or wrong, then we have to choose the classification algorithm. We are not supposed to consider regression algorithm. Second issue is how much training data is sufficient. If you consider more training data, you will get the more accurate result. Next one is when and how can prior knowledge held by the learner guide the process of generalizing from examples. Next one is what is the best strategy for choosing a useful next training experience, and how does the choice of this strategy alter the complexity of learning problem. So here we have to choose the best strategy to solve the given problem. Next one is what is the best way to reduce the learning task to one or more function approximation algorithms. For example, in an application, if you consider number of function approximation problems, then system performance reduces. So we have to consider best way. We have to reduce the number of function approximations. Next, last issue is how can the learner automatically alter its representation to improve its ability to represent and learn the target function.